Hello, greetings, and a very warm welcome to the channel. The wind is howling, and the magpie is casting. Back once again, in spite of his heavy viral payload, Magpie has staggered back with his headset to his computer and is going to give this a go. I apologise for not having done any casts recently. This is because of two things. One, I went off to have Christmas with my family, and they live in a place with no internet, no mobile phone signal. We don't even get radio signal out there. There are places like this that still exist in England, I assure you. So I wasn't doing any casting for a few days because of that, and then I got back home and I got this like terrible virus. So I've just been like really ill. You may be able to tell my voice doesn't sound quite as it usually does, and indeed there are going to be frequent moments during this cast where I mute my microphone in order to like excavate the considerable amounts of mucus that are generating within my face these days. That was probably too much detail, wasn't it? Anyway, so. Without any further ado, let's turn our attention to this cast. We have, spawning in the south, it's going to be the Soviet forces of SM91, a brand new player to the channel, so a warm welcome to SM91. And spawning up in the north, it's going to be the Overcommand West forces of HOI Vulpine L. So, HOI Vulpine L has featured on the channel before, so welcome back to you, good sir. The map today is going to be Arnhem Checkpoint, as we have an initial skirmish beginning in the middle of the map between some Storm Pioneers and some Soviet Engineers. Looks like the Storm Pioneers were able to initiate quite nicely into them, and that's a fight they should be able to take. However, a squad of conscripts is going to reinforce those Engineers. And these Storm Pioneers are going to make a break for the building, and oh dear, these Soviet units actually getting caught in a nasty position there. The close-range DPS of the Storm Pioneers amplified by the negative cover in this location, and these Storm Pioneers are actually trading very well against two Soviet squads. Not what I expect at all. I'm just going to have to mute my mic just 1 second, I do apologize. Oh, dear me. Basically, I haven't had like a proper cold or flu or anything for like about a year or so. So I feel like I'm getting a year's worth of cold and flu in one sitting at the moment. Anyway, I'm back. I'm back once again. So. Another squad of conscripts going to be moving up. We've got a squad of conscripts on the right-hand flank for the Soviet player. The opening build order has been 3 of conscripts. So pretty standard stuff here from Vulpine L. No tech building forthcoming just yet, but he has just fallen back as engineers, so I imagine we might see a choice forthcoming. This conscript squad down to 2 men. He needs to play that a little bit careful. There we go. There goes the fallback. Molotov coming out, so of course Molotovs have been researched. That's going to force the German forces out of this building. Whoa, they're just going to hop straight back in. That Molotov is still burning, so these squads are actually taking a little bit of bonus damage from that. Storm Pioneer is going to use this opportunity to burst on out of these doors and take some shots at these conscripts. That's going to force them back. And if I crack the tack, you can see this pretty much means that the German forces have managed to secure the middle of the map. They're going to secure the left because there's a squad of Volks out there doing work, and there's a contention here as a squad of Volks Grenadiers going to find those conscripts who went to the right. Conscripts don't seem keen to take the fight. Going to try and sort of fall back. Again, negative cover though. SM91 needs to be a little more careful with his positioning, I feel. And he's actually gone for a commander who... This is a first on the channel for this commander. This is the Urban Defense Tactics commander, so I'll just leave that on the screen for a second for you guys to digest those 5 abilities. But this is an interesting one because he does allow you to take a forward headquarters for the low price of 300 manpower and 60 fuel, so actually not that low. And that's a building which bolsters nearby troops, allows you to reinforce. So it's a pretty cool building. It's the only way the Soviets have got, really, of establishing a forward... I believe it's actually... Is it a forward fallback point? No, it's not an actual forward fallback point. So I think if you press fallback, your units still run away. Like, right the way back to your base. So, hang on a second. I've got to mute my mic again, sorry.
MG squad awaiting orders. The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Oh, god damn it. I knew this was ambitious to try for a cast. Truth of the matter is, though, I do quite enjoy casting, and I kind of have missed it over the last week or so, so it would be really nice to actually get a cast done and get one uploaded. So I'm going to try and stick through. Wow, Soviet player here is going to find the constructing battle group at HQ. He's going to be able to get some damage onto that, but finds it too late, and with too few of units, just 5 conscripts, so it manages to get like 25% damage onto that building. That's something. That's going to vet those units up a little bit, and it's mildly inconvenient. If he decides to rely on some indirect fire as the game moves forward, he could capitalise on that. It's also probably going to necessitate these Storm Pioneers to spend a little bit of time just repairing it, I guess. Maxim's going to get set up in a very nice position, and a conscript squad has been... No, wait, 2 engineers. Wow, not reinforcing his engineers. A little bit awkward there for SM91. But they're going to head left and hopefully be able to get some capturing done.
We can now deploy M42 light artillery guns.
Sorry. Yeah, so this Maxim is set up in a very nice position. It's actually going to be able to get some work done. Oh, wow, look at the range on that thing. It's actually going to be able to get some work done all the way across here. 2 conscripts kind of coming in for a backstab here. What the? He's made this building here as forward HQ. This is insanity. Molotovs and incendiary grenades are totally getting exchanged. My god, heavy damage being dealt to the German forces. A squad wipe on the Storm Pioneers, and wow, HOI Vulpine is forced to abandon his battle group at HQ. Oh my, this is, what? If the Maxim chooses, the Maxim, yeah, there we go, he needs to leapfrog it into this building. Then he pretty much has this on lockdown. Oh wow. Oh wow, SM91, I don't know who you are, but I like your style, sir. Jaeger light infantry being spawned as a brutal save there. Oh, this is fantastic. But the Maxim's already like pre-deployed. These guys could throw a Molotov in there, and I reckon they should. Man, if only he had... he's gone for tier 2, not tier 1. If he'd have gone for tier 1, he could have penal troops, and he could get a couple of squatchel charges onto this building. And that would, of course, destroy it. Because satchel charges do fantastic damage to buildings. This is... Oh my god, of course, because the Soviet Blair can reinforce here as well. I've never seen such madness. I have never seen a scenario where both forces are able to reinforce within a screen's radius without being able to destroy the other player's reinforcing thing. This is so funny. Oh my god. Anyway, well, these Volksgrenadiers are going to get totally suppressed. Loads of grenades coming down. This Maxim is the issue right now. If the German player can get rid of this Maxim, he could stand to retake this area. But with the Maxim here, there's just no way he can take a fight here. He's hosing it down. I think he's going to get it. You know what, if he's able to steal the Maxim, that's super big, but loads of grenades coming down. These conscripts have strayed too far from their reinforcing building. A 2-star squad here. No, wait, I take it back. They are reinforcing. So the radius on that's pretty big. Gonna have to mute my mic, very sorry. Oh, sorry, just clearing my throat there. And you know what, I think the Soviet forces totally have this. My god, I wonder if this is something that SM91's done before. I wonder if he keeps this commander on the roster specifically to deal with with their overcommand players. Because most overcommand players do go for a battle group at HQ as their first building, and I would say that most overcommand players try to put it somewhere reasonably forward. And this is really nice. I mean, this is just a sweet strat. There's a ZIS gun on the field now. No, it's the light AT gun, of course. The M42. Bit of an interesting choice to go for this and not a ZIS gun, seeing as how the difference in cost is like 120 manpower, and the ZIS gun has a lot more utility. Anyway, he's going to turn that and do some damage onto the battle group at HQ, so fair enough. That's pretty cool. But here comes some pardon me, Volksgrenadiers. They're going to try and flush this AT gun, and that they will. This negative cover, SM91 just has no fear, does he? He just loves hanging out in that negative cover. He needs penal troops. I think if you're going to go for this commander, right, you can totally go for the tier 1 building. Because if you need an anti-tank gun, you can call in this light AT gun. And believe me, I've used this light AT gun quite a lot, and it will hold its own to anything up to and including a Panzer IV. Like, even a Panzer IV has a right to fear this AT gun. The rate of fire and the penetration are good enough to kick out quite a lot of damage. But when you take into account the fact that it only costs 200 manpower, I mean, it's a pretty sweet unit. I really rather like it. So, anyway, the rest of the map, if I crack the tack, you can see it's pretty much fallen into Soviet hands here. All 3 victory points in Soviet hands. HOI Vulpine is bleeding out pretty fast. He's at 343, under 500 right now. And we're only just 9 minutes into this game, so, I mean, that represents, like, a reasonable ticket deficit there. And the captured Maxim is making a return. I don't know where that one was captured from. I must not have been paying enough attention. But anyway, a Maxim, what is captured, going to be making a bit of an impact here. A grenade barrage from these, sorry, I'm trying to, yeah. From these Jaeger light infantry, doing critical damage. Oh, good dodge there! Good dodge. SM91 pulls the conscripts out of the building just in time to not die. Fantastic stuff there. I don't know why he doesn't garrison this building, actually. It is still apparently able to be garrisoned, as you can see by my mouse cursor turning into the garrison icon. So, I don't think I've ever seen an entire game of Company of Heroes take place in one screen, which pretty much is what's happened here. It's basically all been a fight for this screen. Damn it, if the players aren't smiling right now, they're probably sweating, but if they're not smiling, this is hilarious. This is why we love the game. This Maxim is a powerful piece right now, though, and the Soviet player, SM91, needs to focus it down. A Molotov comes down. That's going to flush these Volks Grenadiers. God, it's so hard to tell who's got the upper hand here, but I think SM91 is actually doing this. He is really taking this. What happened to his anti-tank gun? Oh god, it's here. Alright, well, he's lost the anti-tank gun. Why is that? Oh, it's because of this Maxim in this building, maybe? Oh my goodness, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty ill right now. And I feel like my casting abilities are not quite up to 100%, but screw it. I'm going to keep on going. I'm like Lady Macbeth, halfway through a river of blood. It's just as easy to keep going as it is to turn back now. Wow, apparently when I'm ill I just make obscure literary references. What the hell? Anyway, alright. So anyway, these conscripts... Whoa! A flak panzer rolling up into town. This is a reasonably... I mean, that is the right choice. I don't know what counter there can be for this. And I suspect that this actually breaks this hold. I suspect that with this flak panzer, there can be no holding on to this point for the Soviet player. In fact, you know what? As good as this has been for SM91, it's been 256 victory points worth of good. He has put rather everything into this. All of his eggs are pretty much in that basket. And it is sort of being overturned now. As you can tell by the fact, if you look at the top left, look at the top right, he's at 17 supply, under 29. He's at 3 squads of conscripts versus Jaeger Lights, 2 Volks, a Maxim, an AT gun, an Ostwind. His units are desperately scrambling. He has no anti-tank. And there's an Ostwind in his base. And there is an Su-76 coming, which I suspect is why he's not left the game yet. So, I mean, this Ostwind's going to do good damage. Now, I mean, HOI Vulpine missed a chance to get a squad wipe on this squad, who were down at 2 men on a pixel of health. I think if he'd have run the Ostwind, like, round here to here so it could hit these men, he probably could have gotten another squad wipe out of this Ostwind. But anyway, here comes the Su-76. Boom, there it is, just literally teleporting in right on cue. Now, he has to be a bit careful with this, because I think if the Ostwind gets around behind it, it wins. And he doesn't have anti-tank grenades. Oh, jamming it into this little choke point is quite nice, actually. And looks like the German player's going to play it safe and back the Ostwind out. There's a half-constructed minefield here. Anyway, that's obviously not going to achieve much. If that was constructed, I think the Ostwind would have been stopped there. Whoa. So, wow, look, he's managed to booby-trap this point as well. Oh, vicious work. Vicious. Only killing 2 conscripts. That's the most unlucky booby-trap I've ever seen. Wow. You'd expect more from a booby-trap, usually. He's got no Storm Pioneers, though, has HOI Vulpine now, so there's no opportunity to repair this Ostwind, or indeed his damaged battle group at HQ. And this Su-76 can put some pressure on this building. What the? The Soviet field headquarters is still here. The Axis player has not actually been able to destroy that, so this madness might not be over yet. If the Soviet player can get his infantry units, pardon me, into the vicinity of that building, then that would be really spicy. Whoa! Incendiary artillery is going to rain all on down here. That is getting some good damage done. This Maxim, the anti-tank gun, all of the Soviet weapon teams now in German hands, taking a lot of fire there. But HOI Vulpine is not giving in. He's managed to recapture this right victory point for the time being. He's actually managed to grab a couple of other points, so his resource income is not, like, absolutely, like, you know, minimal. He's able to do okay. This anti-tank gun is actually a really nice thing to have, actually. That's going to screen out this Su-76 quite nicely. Whoa! I don't know about sending the Su-76 so far forward. This seems super risky to me, only because there's an Ostwind still out there. And again, as I say, if that Ostwind can get round to the sides or rear of this Su-76, that is just curtains for the assault gun. Whereas, does he have anti-tank grenades yet? He desperately needs anti-tank grenades. Why does he not research it? I feel like he should research anti-vehicle grenades. He can afford it. It's 125 manpower, 25 fuel. Oh, here comes a strike. That'll be the 105mm howitzer. But he's put it right on the Soviet field HQ, and that means the shells are going to splash on his battle group at HQ and on his units here a bit. I think a sensible position for that would have been here. As it is, I'd be amazed if this battle group at HQ does not take at least some... Yeah, there it is. Oh, getting some big hits in on his own battle group at HQ. Or actually, you know what? That could have been this Su-76, who's still is attacking ground or focusing down that building. He's doing really well. Actually, if he can get the conscripts into this building... Oh dear, though, here comes the Ostwind, and I think this might be the end of the Su-76. Yeah, that'll be the end of this. Oh no, it does get some engine damage. Did he research anti-tank government? Oh my god, well, somehow he gets some engine damage onto the Ostwind, saving it at the crucial moment. What an exciting game. This has been really funky. Conscript's going to rush down this AT gun, and the SU-76 just wants to finish the job, but there's a Faust-equipped unit of Volksgrenadiers here, and they are going to make life really hard. Has he researched the forward fallback point? He has not, and I suppose when it's on this low of health, you don't really want to invest another 300 manpower into a crippled building. But this is costing him. Not having the forward fallback point here is really costing Kui Vulpine L. The SU-76 is going to come in for a crack at the Oswin. What madness is this? The main gun goes down. He's going to get another shot, and that should be the final one. It is. He needs to get out of there because this little M42 AT gun is going to have him. There we go. He gets out of there. I'm going to have to mute my mic. Sorry.
Fresh conscripts have arrived. The enemy is reduced to 200 points.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I feel like we should have, like, me casting the game and some other guy casting the other battle, which is me versus this virus that's going on. But anyway, Magpie 842 right now, on the back foot, but he does have a supply of tissues and paracetamol. And if he deploys that wisely, he's in with a shot. The virus has infected many of the mucous membranes in his throat and nose, and he needs to utilize his white blood cells to destroy it. Okay, so that's what we need. We need like another guy saying that whilst I'm doing this. Actually, you know what? The crosstalk would be unbearable. This is a bad idea. Anyway, what am I doing? Okay, yes. So, okay, the M42 has finally started attacking this Soviet forward HQ. This is nuts. And you know what? Actually, the Soviet player, if he wants, when this dies, or even before, because you can have multiple, I think. Oh no, you're limited to one. Okay, fair enough. Actually, no, wait, are you limited to one? I don't know that you are. When this building gets destroyed, if it gets destroyed, he can just make this one his forward field HQ, and I feel like this is a better building anyway, so... And just as I say that, he's gone and done it. He's only gone and bloody done it. What a cracker. SM91 here, demonstrating fantastic tactics. Straight out of Magpie's imagination. This is really rather decent. Anyway, some Storm Pioneers finally back on the field. They're going to be able to repair this incredibly wounded Battle Gripper HQ. And the fight for mid continues. And the scoreline right now, 460 for the Allied player over 189 for the Axis player. So still a massive lead for SM91, whose unit composition, I cannot believe he's being able to keep this fight up. He's basically still on 3 squads of conscripts and an SU-76. I mean, obviously he just spent most of his cash on the on that second on that second field HQ. So, oh, this is just ludicrous. What a ludicrous game. I'm so glad that I just came on to cast a game and it happened to be this one. I'll be honest with you, I'm probably not going to cast another one after this because I'm just so dramatically ill and my throat is like just really quite painful. But I'm just going to have some tea to soothe that. But damn, what a game. I'm really glad I came off with this. These buildings have got so much health. He's been here, like, attacking it with this bloody AT gun for ages. I feel like he's not actually doing any damage to it or something. Something's not right. Anyway. Grenade barrage being used on this building, but that doesn't do much damage. And, okay, right, let's look at this objectively here for SM91. He doesn't have any... No, he does have engineers. Well, where the hell are his engineers? Oh, they're over here. Well, they need to repair this SU-76 like yesterday. This is like his entire life right now. If he loses that SU-76, then he's going to lose his mortgage, his marriage, you know, like, all of his investments. Like, this is his entire life right now. He doesn't know, but I called up his bank manager, and his bank manager has agreed to donate everything in his account to charity if he loses this SU-76. What is this madness? I should just stick to casting the game. Apparently I get quite imaginative when I'm ill. So, there's another stand-up fight going on in the vicinity of this forward HQ here for the Soviet player. This is a lot of very vetted up Axis infantry against some vetted up conscripts, but conscripts nonetheless. And I wonder... Oh! Running across the grenades! This is a one conscript man here. He's going to try and reinforce, and conscripts do reinforce very quickly, but... I mean, this is why SM91 just doesn't have any damn squads. Like... he's just pouring all of his manpower into these buildings, and into these conscripts. Like, if this works, it's going to be such a miracle. There's a Maxim over here, which is actually just suppressing the hell out of him, and that's quite nasty as well. The Su-76 has been discovered, hit by a Panzerschreck, and that's going to be forced back. He uses infantry detection on that. Bit of a weird choice, not sure about that. I'm pretty sure he knows about all of the infantry that are in its radius anyway. So that seems to me to be a waste of munitions there, actually, for SM91. A thing that he can little afford to do. Pardon me, I wonder if he just clicked the wrong button. Could be that. And I feel like this is really going badly now for the Soviet player. This Maxim here is just too much. He needs the he needs the Su-76 to do like an indirect fire barrage onto this building, but maybe he doesn't realize that, or maybe he's unable to do so. These conscripts need to fall the hell back. Get them out of here! Get these conscripts out of there! SF91, there we go. I mean, this forward HQ here is still alive. This one here is going to last for quite a while. A Rakettenwerfer has now joined the forces that are like whacking them. We could have another Ostwind on the field very shortly. There's also a Puma. This has been idle it's been on the field for a long time, but I haven't commented on its existence because its existence hasn't actually changed a damn thing in this game. I wonder if Vulpine Elf suspects his opponent might be stacking fuel and is worried about like another armoured vehicle, so he's brought on the Puma to some extent to counter the Su-76 and as, to some extent as an insurance policy against further Soviet armour entering the battlefield. SM91, don't do this to me, don't move this squad out. There we go, now he's going to leave it there. And you know, on the plus side, SM91 has pretty decent manpower income because he has like no real forces. He's had like 31 supply. Oh. Is anyone else out there just finding this to be a really funny game? I've come onto the live games lobby and I find this game at the top. What? Is this like the standard meta? I take 6 days off for Christmas and because I'm ill. Whoa. And I come back to Company of Heroes 2, and it's this madness. I mean, what? Really? Is this just like the standard meta? Are you guys totally used to this, and this is happening every time over Command West to play against the Soviets these days? Oh, that would make me laugh so hard. Anyway, this Su-76 needs a GTFO. I don't know what it's doing, but it's probably going to go down to these 2 Shreks. I'd be amazed if it didn't. He's going to reverse move as promptly as he can. But he needs to cut quite a large radius here, and you know, he might just survive. If this Puma would actually just freaking do something, he would get that Su-76 there. I think Vulpine has actually just forgotten that that's there. Whoa, good grenade barrage coming down. And that's going to force those conscripts back. Su-76 bravely going to... Ah! Where is it going? Oh my god, here's the Shrek of Destiny. Oh my god, it survives. This Puma would have just destroyed it utterly. That Puma has been totally forgotten about, hasn't it? A T-70? I don't even know what I'm looking at. He's not going to get this truck, is he? Oh my god, he's going to get the truck, and that's not free anymore. Oh, the Puma has been remembered about. Here comes the Puma. What is this Su-76 doing? I'll tell you what he's doing. He's gonna get a shot into this Puma. No, he's not. Oh, he's going to lose the Su-76. This squad here is way too close. No! He's going to lose the T-70. I feel like he could actually maybe escape this. Oh no, the Puma's going to come back here and take it out. Yeah, that's a goal. There's nothing this Su-76 can do in the face of this Puma. And that is a shame for the Soviet player. I feel like he played incredibly well. But I feel like with the loss of the T-70 and with the loss of the Su-76, I feel like he should just die now. I'm like looking at his forces. He's got a light AT gun and 4 squads of conscripts against a Puma, a Rakettenwerfer, a light AT gun, a Maxim, 2 squads of Volksgrenadiers, some Jaeger Lights, and a Storm Pioneer squad. Hang on a second, sorry. Alright, I'm back. His forward HQ has been destroyed, and his rear forward HQ is getting destroyed. So he's going to lose those investments as well. The Axis player has all 3 victory points, and the gap is closed. It's now 292 for the Allied player over 189 for the Axis player. Another desperate run of conscripts, keen to make use of the last bit of life on this building. Just of course by being nearby they can reinforce, so you know that's not nothing. Pretty bad grenade barrage coming out of those Volksgrenadiers there. But you know what, this Maxim in this building has not been displaced yet, and I feel like this Maxim in this building has been the difference between like, this has been the game breaker. He's never been able to displace this Maxim. It's up to 3 stars. How many kills on that thing? 29 kills on that Maxim! And it's just forced him to take such a weird position because he has to run all his conscripts like around here. It's negated the effectiveness, therefore, of both these forward HQs. And I just think that this Maxim going unanswered has kind of been the difference. Now, I totally applaud and commend SM91 for this left field tactic, which I assume is not the present meta. If it's the present meta, then, you know, whatever. I applaud him for using the standard strategy, but I don't think it is. So I applaud him for using this left field strat here. I think it's been very entertaining, and he's committed to it damn hard. But I think I think disrupting your opponent with this first one was kind of acceptable, and he captured the map on the back foot of that. But I think after that Oswin comes in, I think, or you know, even just before, if you're really on your toes, I think transitioning out of that style for SM91 would have been the best choice. I think he should have researched anti-tank grenades and started putting all of his manpower and fuel into other things. He could have had a much earlier, or just more armor, because he put 120 fuel, oh my god, 180 now. He builds another forward field HQ. And this also is within range of this bloody Maxim, which he still has no answer for. Anyway, the Maxim can't see his forces here, so he's going to be able to reinforce them all. Now that he's doing, well, at least he's going to try and do, he's out of manpower. This is the other bad thing about this plan. Because it relies on constantly reinforcing, whoa, conscript wave, that is raw Soviet tactics, look at this conscript wave. Because he's constantly reinforcing these conscripts, however, it basically means that he never builds up a bank of manpower. Oh my god, he's just going to go for a fat hoorah. He wants the Maxim! The Maxim came out of the building! Why would you do that? Why would you move the Maxim? Oh my god, the Maxim's going to get destroyed by all... No, come on. Yeah, it does get destroyed by all the conscripts. Grab it! Grab it back! SM91, you have to grab it! No! Oh, I think by not grabbing it, then this was almost pointless, because now your opponent still has it. I don't know about this. You have to grab it! Get these conscripts here to grab that thing! You need that gun, my friend! Please tell me these conscripts are going to grab this. There we go, now immediately fall back. Immediate fallback. You need to fall... How is this fallback so late? If you're going to grab, you have to fall back. Oh, wow. SM91 there with the right idea, but honestly, some pretty poor execution there. Pretty poor execution, that's pretty bad. I mean, you know, he's probably a bit exasperated. He might have been microing something else, though I have no idea what earth else he could have been microing. He doesn't really have anything else. But yeah, he needed to be a lot faster there. Getting that gun out of there. And now it's going to fall back into German hands. And I just feel like against this force in the top right, what can 4 conscript squads on a light AT gun do? I mean, what can they actually do against this? The forward fallback point has now been researched for the Axis player, and that has to be the final nail in the coffin. It has to be. The 4 squads of conscripts just can't beat this, I'm sure. Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. He's got like 80 fuel, so he can get like a T70, although that's not going to help because there's so much AT out here. So, I don't know. I just don't know. Well done for SM91 though. He's good at this. You can tell this is a build. This is not his first time doing this, I think. And he's going to still get the defensive bonus from this building. This is amazing stuff. And it actually makes his conscripts quite pokey. I mean, like, consider how fast they blaze down that Maxim. Consider how much damage they're doing to these 5-star mobs. You know? This symbol here above their heads is like 2 symbols at once. It's the defensive symbol, but it's also the crosshair symbol, which means that these guys are getting defensive and offensive bonuses. 105mm howitzer barrage going to come down onto the Soviet forward HQ. But nicely fanning out all his conscripts over to the left here is SM91. And the Schwerepanzer HQ is kind of in range of this Maxim. That means he's never going to get that Maxim out. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. He's actually gotten it out of the range of the... That is quite significant that he's managed to transport it that far. Because it's now out of the range of this thing here. The Puma has not been doing anything this whole game. But anyway, look at the amount of carnage in this location. Look at the carnage. This has been such a crazy game. Oh wow, some Jaeger Lights here. Just going to take a punt and go for the... Oh wow, the forward field HQ for the Soviet player was actually destroyed by that 105mm barrage. That's kind of crazy. Oh my god, how much do you want to bet he turns this one into... Yeah! There he goes. Another 300 manpower and 60 fuel, not going into units and going into this forward field HQ here. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you guys can make your own decision. Was that worth it? Because look, there's just going to be a 105mm howitzer barrage. I just think that these buildings aren't worth it anymore. We're like past the point in the game where that's going to be worth it. Oh god, this barrage has been looking pretty good actually, but actually not really doing that much damage, just looking good. And this Maxim also looking pretty good. He needs to reinforce it, he needs to get this Maxim to here, reinforce it, and then put it in the building. That's plan what? That's stage 1. Now, and then I reckon he needs to build mortar squads, because if he has 2 squads of mortars back here, that's super annoying for the Axis player. But he also needs more anti-tank, because at the moment he's only got this 1 AT gun, which to be honest is not going to stop an Oswind, and his opponent could have like 2 Oswinds if he wanted. Is he saving up for a King Tiger? This is so greedy. Why would you save up for a King Tiger when you can just win the game? Oh well, whatever. He's going to go for a King Tiger. Which I feel is a mistake. A couple of Soviet units going to go left though. Going to grab a victory point. Ha! And that's actually going to stop the bleed. SV91's kind of making this a game again. Or at least he's not bleeding. That's amazing. And now some Jaeger light infantry have been tasked with stopping this. And that they're going to try and do. But more conscripts headed on over there. And actually, listen to that. That's the sound of no combat. There's a quick moment of quiet here. Vulpine is going to go for this King Tiger though. And I mean, you know, I was saying these AT guns are really good, and I rate them, and they take everything up to and including a Panzer IV. Pretty sure a Königstiger exceeds a Panzer IV in terms of armor. So that light anti-tank gun, I'll be amazed if this light AT gun is going to be able to defeat the King Tiger. Now, actually, I'm exaggerating. He doesn't just have the AT gun. He's got 80 grenades on all his conscripts and an SU-76 coming, actually. So that changes things a bit. But I still think this King Tiger represents critical mass for the good command player. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna have to mute the mic again. Sorry. Hang on a second. Sorry.
42 in place.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to blow my nose again. Right. Yeah, this Maxim's doing some good work, but you know what? This surely just... Oh god, another 105mm howitzer barrage is coming down. That's probably going to destroy this forward field HQ if the King Tiger does. Yup, King Tiger takes it. And that actually crushes the Maxim who was in there, so a further loss there for the Soviet player, who's now got a light AT gun, an SU-76, and 4 squads of conscripts against a King Tiger. He needs to back this up! He needs to back this up! Wow! Oh, the front armor. Remember, it was buffed on the December, whatever, 3rd patch, I think it was, December something or other. So the King Tiger, it does cost a lot more now, but also that front armor is really pretty henge, and it's probably going to be more than enough to turn aside this SU-76. I mean, he's doing the right thing. The SU-76 pinging that. Sorry, gotta mute my mic. Help.
Our gun crew has been lost.
SU-76 pinging the front armor on that King Tiger has got to be the right thing to do. But I just don't think it's going to be enough. And he's building a Zis gun. Now this I do like. I think he's recognised that the light AT gun is just not going to hack it. The King Tiger's going to back off. I don't know, I actually think he could commit that, to be honest, but whatever. He's going to play it safe, which is fair enough, you know, that's his call. Yeah, 41 supply against 75. Look at the top left, look at the top right. We can see that the German force is not only larger, but better equipped. And better composed to deal with more greater variety of targets. But SM91, displaying supreme character, is actually capping a victory point on the right. He's not giving in. These conscripts are actually keeping him in the game, slowly but surely. I mean, he is, as far as I can tell, still playing this to win. Oh no! The Tiger's going to get both the Zis gun and the SU-76 by coming into this position, I feel. Yeah. Its engine is damaged, that's annoying. The Zis gun needs to come over and use these little sandbags here, I think. Oh, it's not a Zis gun. Oh, that's the Zis gun. Holy crap, at this range, this gun might be able to defeat the frontal armor, actually. And another AT gun grenade coming in. Oh, the side armor is being exposed. It's still too tough. This gun needs to spread his guns out. It's sitting on top of each other is super bad. Remember, the gun from that main cannon is AOE, so he's just doubling his losses by stacking these AT guns. Yeah, he recognises it. He's going to try and get the sys gun around into the rear armor, maybe. He can just attack round through these shrubs as well. I don't know why he doesn't do that. That would be an option there. This King Tiger is totally stricken. There we go! A good penetrating hit there. This sys gun getting moderately vetted up. The light AT gun going to have a pop. Not going to achieve anything, unfortunately. Come on. I want to see this light AT gun get some damage onto this King Tiger. Come on. No. I haven't even seen it hit it yet. Another AT grenade. These conscripts need to get out. They are turbo wounded. Get them out. There we go. There's this gun coming forward into a super risky position. What madness is this? What if he merges these conscripts with this gun? He might actually have the King Tiger. Ah! He can just reman it. He can just reman it. That's fine. That's fine. Come on! He needs to set it to anti-vehicle, or it might waste the shot on the Stormpiners. He gets the King Tiger.
We have lost contact with a heavy tank.
I'm basically speechless. That was like, he found like pretty much one of the only lines of play where he could defeat that King Tiger there. And likewise, HOI Vulpine L also managed to find about the only line of play where he could lose that much fuel and manpower by buying a King Tiger. If he'd have just bought like 4 Oswins or like 2 Panthers, this game would have been so over ages ago. But he just got turbo greedy and invested in a King Tiger, which is now lost because it's so bloody lumbering and slow, and also is just 1 unit rather than 2 or 3, so it can actually lose in a circumstance like this. I mean, like, everybody out there, you probably all know, I'm not the biggest fan of the King Tiger. I don't think it's very good. And yes, that King Tiger was woefully mismicroed. It shouldn't have been there. It had no business taking that amount of fire for that long. Like, I just think this game wasn't even like, it wasn't even a losable game if he just went for 2 Panthers or like 3-4 Oswins. But by going for the King Tiger, he actually has just given himself an opportunity to lose, has Vulpine L, or rather, he's given his opponent an opportunity to win. Because let's not forget, even though the King Tiger was the weakest possible thing he could have done with all that fuel and manpower, it still took quite an effort from SV91, who I imagine is sweating a reasonable bit right now. And you know what? He's going to lose this game because he's going to lose this victory point, and I cannot see how he's going to be able to break out and capture all these victory points before he bleeds out. But I kind of think that's a moral victory for SM91. I think he fought this entire game with like no tech and half the units that his opponent had. And he actually made it look kind of close. I mean, the final score is going to be 140-0. He took out a King Tiger. He did like loads of damage here, and I would say if it weren't for this Maxim being captured and being in this building, this game would have looked very differently. So I think credit where credit's due. SM91 playing an awkward left field strategy, making it work, making it even look good. He made a few mistakes, and there were some times when his micro was not on point, but by and large his decision making and micro were fantastic, and he stayed in the game till the final whistle. 38 minutes and 36 seconds of playing from so far behind, but somehow still keeping in there. SM91, you've made this caster's day. Nice work, sir. That was really fun to watch. Absolutely fantastic. Merry Christmas to all of you out there. I hope you really all enjoyed the festive, or enjoyed and are enjoying the festive period. I hope you all have fantastic plans for New Year's. I hope you're going to kick off 2016 with a bang and have a ton of fun. Hopefully more fun than I'm going to have in my like virus-infused state. I'm going to upload this video because I think it wasn't terrible, despite the fact that I spent like a third of the time blowing my nose and coughing, which I had to mute my mic for. But you know, whatever. That's when we sign up for life, those are the things we sign up for. So whatever. I'm happy with that. That's cool. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this. If I'm feeling any better tomorrow, I'm going to do a cast. If I'm not, I might just do another cast in my ill state, but we'll see. And I look forward to being much better in 2016 and bringing you the very best of Company of Heroes 2 and improving my casting ability and developing the channel as much as I can. So yeah, for now, and hopefully until only the very near future, this is Magpie842 signing out.